Alright guys, today we're going to be making cabbage parm. So you're going to need a cabbage, some black pepper, garlic, fresh basil, kosher salt, Parmesan cheese, mozzarella cheese, marinara sauce, and some neutral oil, and you also need olive oil. I don't have it, but it's fine. I'll just end up skipping that step. Alright, so to start this off, you're going to want to get a baking sheet and line it with aluminum foil. This one's pretty big. You don't need this big of one unless you're making a lot of it, but it'll work. And then we're going to go and preheat the oven to 425. Alright, now we're going to turn the stovetop on to a medium heat with a large skillet, and we are going to add in 1/3 a cup of a neutral oil. And we're going to let this heat up. So we're going to take our cabbage and we're just going to cut the end off. And then we're going to cut this into 4 slices. Or, 4 slices. Depending on how big the cabbage is. There's one. I'll try to get 3 of this one. It's probably medium. Well, I'll try to get 4. And I can cut this into 4 now. So we're going to divide this in half. I should get better. I'm going to get a knife to cut this. It's so easier to finish the job. So yeah. I feel not, but it's okay. I kind of want to try and cut this again, but I don't get too thin. It's too thick to cook. Okay, it'll work. And you just grab the balls on the side. Knife. And we're going to want to core out the middle part. I'm just taking a knife and I'm just kind of like cutting around. If you have something to press, like cutter of some sort, you can use that. I don't, so I'm just going to use a knife. And we're just going to go all the way around and push it out. Alright, so our oil is nice and hot. We are going to go ahead and... Sorry about the lighting. Yeah, my cabbage looks good and nice and bright and green. When I'm over here, it looks disgusting. Sorry about that. Anyway, we're going to salt our cabbage, and then we're going to salt the other side as well. So we're going to take our cabbage and we are just going to place them in our pan and try to be careful not to let them fall apart. Mine are falling apart for sure, so it's been kind of hard to do this, but I'm just going to cook 2 for now. I can't fit any more in the pan, so go ahead and let these cook and flip them over. You're going to want to cook them for about 5 to 6 minutes on each side until they are golden. Also, don't forget, add some black pepper onto them as well. And then when you flip them, add more salt and more black pepper. Alright, so I just peppered it, and now we're going to go ahead and flip it. And it's starting to get golden. I'm going to turn the heat down just a little bit. It's already on low, but this burner gets really hot. I will probably flip this one again and also flip this one again, just to get them a little bit more golden. And we are going to salt this side as well and add some pepper. Alright guys, I'm about to flip this one more time. See if we can get this a little bit more golden brown. I will say it's very hard to keep these together. Just try your best, and I guess if you can't keep them together, it'll still work out. It'll just be more of a like loose salad type thing. I might actually use the scraps that have fallen as well, just so nothing goes to waste. Alright guys, so I think it's time for us to transfer these over. So just transfer them over to your baking sheet. This large baking sheet actually might be perfect. See, that one totally fell apart, but it's okay, it's still kind of together. And then we have these scraps, and I'm just going to set them down here. And now I'm just going to repeat and cook the rest of these. I'm going to cook the rest of these scraps and add them over to this pile. And I'm going to cook these as well. And I'll be back for the next step. By the way, guys, when you add your cheeses and stuff on top of these, it's going to help it stick together. So really don't worry too much about it falling apart. But try to keep it intact as much as you can. Alright guys, we have 4 cloves of garlic, and we're just going to chop it up, mince it up. I probably shouldn't be using this big old knife for this, but we're going to mince that into small pieces, and we're going to put it into a bowl. Alright, so next we're going to take our basil. And we're just going to take a few pieces. Alright, so now we're going to take our vegetable oil. We're going to add 2 tablespoons. So there's 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons, 3 teaspoons, 4 teaspoons, and that will be 2 tablespoons. Alright guys, and then we're also going to add in 1 cup of our marinara sauce. So we have 1 cup of it, and it's going to go into our sauce bowl with our garlic, our basil, and our oil. Just going to give this a nice mix. Alright, so now goes our sauce on top of our cabbages that have been fried up. Just go ahead and cover all your cabbage. You should have about 4 pieces. I have more just because I cut mine a little weird. And then once we get them all spooned on, we'll take the spoon and we will go ahead and smooth it out to cover each one. Alright guys, so I have them covered in the sauce and my scraps covered in sauce as well. Next we're going to take our Parmesan cheese and we're going to add some Parmesan onto each cabbage piece. And then we're going to take our mozzarella cheese and put 2 slices on each piece as well. I might just do one for this one since it's kind of a half piece. We'll see. But more cheese is always better, right? So I have one piece on each one, and then we'll go back and do two if I have enough cheese. Add our second piece. Alright, so I just have one more piece left, and we're going to add it onto this one. These ones will just have one. It's fine. Alright guys, oven time. So we're going to put this in the oven for about 18 to 20 minutes until the cheese is all bubbly. Alright guys, this is what it's looking like. I just pulled them out. The cheese is all melted. So we're going to go head over to the table and do a little taste test. Alright guys, here we go. Here's our cabbage parmesan. Going to go ahead and give this a little taste and see how this is. Alright, and you could make this with a side. I just wasn't really sure what to pair it with. I thought about doing some like rice or something, like some Spanish rice, but I just wasn't really sure, so I'm just going to eat this and that's it. I have a bottle of water. Alright, so let's go ahead and cut into this. We have our cheese, our cabbage, and our marinara sauce. That is so good. Yeah, I would suggest this. If you're into, like chicken parm or eggplant parm, this is definitely a good twist on it. If you're into cabbage, I think you would really like this. It has that great cabbage flavor, the cheese, the sauce. It honestly goes together really well. And I would give this a solid like 7 out of 10. I'm not sure how filling it would be. You might want to make something as a side. Or this could be your side. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you decide to make this and try it out, let me know. Share, like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you in the next video.